Namaskar. I have come before you with an application. The subject of my application is formation of integral India by uniting Bharat, Bangladesh and Pakistan. So I start. There are many ancient civilizations in the world, such as the Indian, the Egyptian, the Greek, the Mesopotamian and the Chinese civilization. The countries based by these civilizations to be developed have been existing in the same form till now. But unfortunately, our India, which developed Indian civilization, is not in its integral form. It has lost its integrity before 73 years. It has been divided into three parts, namely Bharat, Pakistan and Bangladesh. It was caused to happen by the mistaken two-nation theory nourished by the ill-famous divide and rule policy of the then imperialist British rulers and the love of power of the then national leaders. Notorious Radcliffe line has separated the three countries from one another. Though our great freedom fighters fought for the integrity of our motherland and for freedom for the people of all classes, from the lowest to the highest, where the integrity of the country was hindered, there the freedom of the people became meaningless. They were deprived of having the good effects of freedom. We got slight freedom, which was more dangerous than that of dependence. We confessed it our destiny without any protest. How could we hide this shame? By this, we lost a vast area of land, as well as crores of dear countrymen became unrelated. By this separation, our brotherly relation became long-lasting enmity in a moment, and this enmity gave birth many fatal problems, which led us time and again to face murderous terrorist attacks and involved in all-out wars. This dreadful situation has been destructing innumerable fully alive lives and immeasurable properties every year. At Pulwama massacre 1 year ago, the murder of our heroic soldiers and bloodshed, and on the other side, the ecstasy of the terrorists knocked the whole world people in the same umbrella. For the cause of the terrorists, the peaceful countries are standing face to face into a dreadful encounter. In any time the war may be conducted, though we know war is not a solution. Moreover, this war is fratricidal, reasonless, unnecessary and proudless. It only results in death and destruction. To overcome this dangerous situation, we have to spend our hard-earned money in the field of military affairs without utilizing it in our more important development projects. Thus, we are gradually becoming poor to poorer. So, time comes to the people of our three countries to think about finding out a way to come out from this risky situation. I am astonished by thinking that Great Britain, which subjugated us about 200 years, now becomes our friend, while in spite of being the people of the same country, we are now enemy to each other. So, our enmity is fake and artificial and should not be continued anymore. So, it is enough, no more. We don't want war, we now want to live in peace. After due consideration, under comforted situation, we can see the one and only one cause of our fratricidal wars and the epicenter of all our problems is a notorious Red Cliff line. If we wipe out the line, we can reform our integral India extended from Iran to Myanmar, from Kashmir to Cape Comorin. We will be the pupils of the same country. Our all problems will be solved forever. We will lose nothing but enmity. What we have lost before will be gained again. So much return is scarce in the world history. As darkness of thousands years is vanished immediately after burning a matchstick, similarly, enmity of 73 years will be converted into brotherly relation immediately when we stretch out our hands to each other. Our great freedom fighters will bless us from heaven. Their fancies will be crowned with success. We will be highly benefited by the good effects of freedom. We will have no repentance in our minds. Peoples of other countries will give us great applause by raising their hands. Hundreds of possibilities will get opened before us. India will be the best tourist spot, the best spot of investment. Moreover, the unification of our mother India will ensure minimum expenditure in military affairs and maximum expenditure in development projects. Thus, our GDP will exceed all its supposition. In games and sports and in entertainment, India will achieve a special position in the world. India will be super military powerful country, where Bharat like Ram is strong and powerful, there Pakistan and Bangladesh like Sugriv her companions. Imagine how powerful our country will be then. She will cause to think any country 10 times before attacking her. The unification of our mother India will be the best association of all ages of the world. In it, we will see the 100 Kumbh Melas at a time. Having been astonished, we will see how the horse of this association is drinking water of all the rivers in our country. We will get written that India, whose immense beauty overwhelmed Alexander the world conqueror, who said to his chief of staff Seleucus, really Seleucus, how superb the country is. We will get written that India, whose ideal is non-violence, truthfulness, secularity and democracy. Glorious heritage is unity in diversity. The Himalaya and the sea are her vigilant guards on the boundary line. Sindhu, Ganga, Brahmaputra are her lifelines. Several plains watered by rivers are her inexhaustible stores. Paradise of the world is Kashmir. Capital is Delhi. Place of entrance is Mumbai. Taj Mahal, her excellency. History is the mines of gems and jewels. Development, world peace and disarmament are her aims. Hereafter, we will bring back the Mayur Singhasan and the Kohinoor Moni, and then we will reoccupy the part of Kashmir unlawfully occupied by China. Then we will realize honorably the membership of NSG and the permanent membership in the UN Security Council with veto power. We want to see our motherland India in an excellent position of Vishwaguru. Our motherland India will be a developed, terror-free, secular democratic country. Her first duty will be to drive away poverty, hunger, malnutrition, illiteracy and unemployment anyhow. She will establish social justice and equality irrespective of caste, creed, color, habitation. She will be free from any caste-wise reservation which directed by the directive principles not enforced by the court divides the people of the country into two parts, reserved and non-unreserved, and gives excessive indulgence to the reserved and tramples the unreserved underfoot. This is a clear violation of the fundamental right of equality, which is the main column of the constitution and strictly enforced by the court. Reservation could only be given to the persons with disabilities. If somehow the reservation is unavoidable, then it should be given to the all BPL persons, irrespective of caste, creed, color, habitation, to reduce the difference between the rich and the poor. And the reservation of two cases will be fixed only by the Supreme Court only. She will correct the BPL and APL status over again, so that no rich person can unjustly snatch away the BPL status, and no poor person deprives of having the BPL status. She will strictly control the population explosion by encouraging every man to be a father of maximum 2 babies only. Otherwise, all development plans will be spoiled. She will ensure all-round development, all development projects with transparency from agriculture to space research. She will save all people from all type of natural and artificial calamities by the cooperation with all countries in wartime activities, and ensure peaceful coexistence, fraternity, world peace and disarmament, and will make the world a habitable place for the coming children. The intention of the establishment of the UNO will be fulfilled then. If we turn our vision to the world history, we will see that like the country Germany, Vietnam and Yemen were divided into two parts each and remained separated for long time. They fought with each other and had been doing harmful activities to each other. At last they realized their errors and omissions and realized their utility of integrity. So after a long time they reformed integral country for which ensured their all-round development, regional stability and strengthened world peace. Now, two countries in the world are remaining to be united, one India to Korea. Hope the Korean people will be united very soon. Now we return our Indian unification. We have been separated for more than 7 decades, and in our enmity we have understood our utility of integrity. We don't waste any time more. We want to be united. Our unification will ensure us our all-round development, regional stability, and it will strengthen world peace. I have composed some slogans in favor of our unification, which follows: drive the red cube line away and save the country. After whipping out the red cube line, we will pull on together. We want unity, unity, unity. Without unity, no another means. 2020 AD is announcing loudly, let us, the 3 countries, be mixed. There lies no difference between Quran and Quran. So we are bothers each other. War is not a solution. So we bid war goodbye. We want to live in peace. So let us come to hold hand in hand. Bharat, Pakistan, Bangladesh, one body, one land. Always it was one land, is going to be one land. Having been one without war, Bharat, Bangladesh, Pakistan now are going to form a land like India the Great, well known to everyone. Mischief was the two-nation theory, the divide and rule policy. We shall prove this by living unitedly in a country. Neither red cube line nor LOC will survive again. Free will be our country. Free will be our countrymen. Needless will be the CAA. Needless will be the NRC. Needless will be many restrictions. Life will be fair and free. Those who going to the path of wrong have become unsocial beings. Return to the mainstream now and start work your countrymen doing. No mother will lose her son. No lady will lose her husband. No child will lose its father if striking could be restrained. India is a dreamland, a pilgrimage and a heaven. If we live here peacefully, our desires will be fulfilled then. Dear birthplace, adorable mother, the oasis of the universe, are going to be mixed in your body, Bharat, Bangladesh, Pakistan. I appeal to the peoples of three countries to devote ourselves for the formation of our motherland India as early as possible, and to reskin the sky and air with these slogans and the slogans composed by others in this regard. I appeal to the governments of three countries to take confidential steps to each other so that our enmity will be perished and our brotherly relations will be flourished, and to stop to oppose and frighten each other in international summits plumpedly. They are also requested to make surroundings of the peaceful discussions. We have spent already more than 7 decades with the relation full of enmity. So we don't waste any time more by this. We want to relate ourselves by brotherly relations. We at first try to choose the place and time and at last venue. At first place, the freedom sun of our integral India had set in Bengal by the treachery of Mirzapur in the Battle of Plassey, and later Muslim League was founded in Bengal, which would give birth Pakistan by the mistaken two nations theory, nourished by the infamous divide and rule policy of the then cruel British rulers, and the love of power of the then national leaders. So, for the atonement of the previous sinful activities, our discussions should be started from the soil of Bengal, from the soil of Bangladesh. Then it should be organized in the soil of Pakistan, and lastly in the soil of Bharat. Next time, we want not to await for a long time, because our unification is very urgent, it is useful, and it will ensure us all-round development. So, we want to start our peaceful discussions for one target, that is unification of India in 2020 AD. I shall be very pleased if the discussion should be started within 2 months from today. Next, the venue. I think the fittest venue of Bangladesh will be Chattogram, because Master Surya Sen and his companions fought bravely against British rulers, stampeded the British army and compelled them to retreat and seized the British rule for some time there. So, the three countries should sit in Chattogram for peaceful discussions for one matter of unification of Mother India, organized by the government of Bangladesh, by the Prime Minister, Honorable Prime Minister of Bangladesh, Sheikh Hasina Wajed. Honorable Prime Minister of Bharat and Honorable Prime Minister of Pakistan will be her honorable guests. When the three countries will sit for this purpose, congratulations on oil wishes will be poured from all countries upon them. It will be the best news, it will be the best incident of the world of present time. Our three prime ministers are very lucky, because in their times of reign, our unification of India will cause to happen. We the three countries are going to be united. Our integral India will be a real fact. History will give them immortality. In world history, their names will be written by golden letters. For performing the world famous noble deed of the unification of India. Honorable Prime Minister of Bharat, Mr. Narendra Modi, is an honest, peaceful, truthful, brave, wise, master of versatile, genius person. No doublet to take historical decision like him. सबका साथ सबका विकास, वसुधैव कुटुंबकम and Otiti Dev are his guiding principles of serving mankind. He went to Pakistan without invitation to show our closely relation with the Badali peoples of Pakistan. Honorable Prime Minister of Pakistan, Mr. Imran Khan, is an honest, truthful, peace-loving, brave, wise, World Cup winner, energetic and liberal person. He is always absorbed in making developed, terror-free new Pakistan. War is not a solution. and we are awaiting for a good day to come, are his worth mentioned speech, which prove that he wants to solve all problems by peaceful discussions only. And till now, he is a worshipper of integral India. Honorable Prime Minister of Bangladesh, Sheikh Hasina Wajid, is an honest, truthful, peace-loving, wise and a noble-hearted person. Her calm, transparent and handsome image has won the others' mind. She solved all her problems, her country's problems, with her neighboring countries by peaceful discussions, and placed her country in a desired place. She is always ready to support all noble deeds. We are lucky to have these three talented rulers at a time. So I request them with folded hands to sit in a discussion table as early as possible in Chattogram for the unification of our motherland India, with an open mind, and then they will have to sit in Lahore in Pakistan, and at last in Lucknow. I think Lahore the fittest place. Now tell something about this. Lahore is a place where what was always busy in revolutionary activities, and Lucknow the place where the National Congress and the Muslim League were united in 1916, which, seeing that British government thought it a terrible danger. So you are requested to sit in a discussion table for the unification of our motherland India. Later, all party conference will be held in each country to discuss in details about all sides of our unifications and to make the countrymen know about the unification. At last, plebiscite will be needful for the permission of the public. If the result of the plebiscites will go in favor of unification, integral India will be a real fact. I also request to the UNO for help and cooperation. We are sure to be crowned with success. May God bless us all. With due respect, congratulations and well wishes to all. Fault is forgivable. Yours faithfully, Sukumar Das. Namaskar.